Alright, we've got another comment back here from the Baillie family regarding the admission rules. The coming admission rule. And they've said again, they've replied to a reply of mine, and they've said, glad to see you agree with compulsory emission testing. We just differ on the time between tests. Well, I mean, 6 months is fine with me, mate, but yeah, I was told that it was unrealistic, that 2 years was a little bit more realistic. 6 months, good idea. Expensive? Not really. Any decent garage already has a 4 or 5 gas analyzer for engine tuning. Thanks, mate, I didn't know that. Same machine for testing. Gerald's a BP man who part-owned Marsden Point oil refinery. He can't make it, sell it to us, then complain about the low quality of it. Actually, mate, yes, BP does own part of Marsden Point, so does the New Zealand government. Gerald's not complaining about making it and selling it to us. He's saying that one of the biggest reasons for pollution in New Zealand is the quality of our fuel. It's not the cars that we're running, it's the quality of the fuel. That was what he said in this video. But anyway, you also said, I remember the old smokies from before the import started, so understand your logic, just disagree with your solution. We need new solutions, not the status quo. Exactly! You're the man. Everybody out there, this guy's onto it. Something else. What can we come up with? What kind of solution can we come up with that's better than the stupid emission rule that actually makes things worse? Right. The next comment he said was, Chris, I was working for the government from 4 to 10 years ago. So you were working for the government. When admissions testing, what the technical experts wanted was first being discussed. That was undermined by a different government department that worried if polluting cars were taken off the road, poor people wouldn't be able to afford to get to their underpaid jobs in the factories. Harsh. They went for the date limits. Actually, they didn't. They went for an admissions limit, right? They introduced an admissions standard, not a date standard. Okay, we don't want to make that mistake. Because of the manufacturers, when they put an emission standard on a car, it sort of came out around about a certain year. Not all years applied to all cars. A neighbour was an MTA rep on a working group who advised regarding the testing gear already in garages. UK had exhaust testing decades ago. Yes, they did. How come we're not doing it here? If the emissions testing equipment isn't that expensive, why aren't we doing it? You want to clean up air pollution? Far out. Clean it up. Don't make it worse. Anyway, regarding the fuel, now this is interesting. New Zealand fuel companies choose to import the cheap heavy sulphurous crude instead of the light sweet crude, and choose to upgrade Marsden Point to stick with processing heavy sour stuff. Makes sense. Sounds like something that they'd do. That's also why our indigenous Taranaki oil is exported. Oh man. It is the light sweet stuff, and we can sell it for more than we can buy the crap stuff for. All decisions made by the fuel majors, including Gerald's BP. When trouble stops us importing sour oil, we won't be able to process our own sweet oil. Not quite sure about the last line there, but hey, listen, understand what you're saying. It's like kiwi fruit, you know? We get all of the out of shape ones and the little bit old ones, and all of the good, nice round ones get exported over to New Zealand, to somewhere else. It's called kiwi fruit. It's not called rest of the world's fruit. Gee, you know, this is the same thing. We've got oil reserves here in New Zealand that we should be allowed to use. God damn it. If we want to be a clean, green country and we've got oil here and we're sending it off somewhere else, doesn't that just sound stupid? I don't know. Crikey. We've got good oil here. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that. What does everyone else think? Send us in a comment. Make a video comment if you like. Don't forget to sign the petition. It does make sense. Go and look at my video, just over here somewhere.